Hi, this is Jake Shirley Coaching, and it's a Q&A video today. And I look around on personal finance blogs and forums, just seeing what kind of questions people have, and then I do my best to answer them. And I answer them in the way that I would also teach as a coach. And personal finance is personal, and it helps to watch videos like this and listen to podcasts and check out personal finance blogs. But a coach can really help you by working one-on-one and helping guide you on your unique journey. So that's what I do. Let's get into the question for today. 3, 2, 1. This isn't the exact question. I paraphrased just a little bit, but essentially the question is still the same that I found on a personal finance forum. So this is the question. My credit score dropped and I'm at a loss. Over the summer, I was finally at a point where my credit score was in the early 700s and climbing. Today it was checked and it was down to the 660s. My heart sank. The only reasons I could even think of was that either it was from a credit check I got when applying for a home loan, or it was from dropping a credit card. Every credit card I've ever owned has always been paid in full each cycle. I never have late payments. We dropped the card because my DTI, which is their debt to income ratio, was too much for the loan. At this point, I'm not sure what to do. I've honestly never had to think about my credit score until I got married this year. I have to stop there because I wish I could have a dialogue with this person and ask him what getting married has to do with it. But anyway, moving on. So I'm really trying to get this all figured out and start working towards a better financial status for our future. How do I start going about figuring this all out and raising my credit? So let's go over this line by line, and I'll give the advice that I would give and the guidance that I would offer this person. So in the first line it says their credit score dropped by maybe 40 points or so, and it says their heart sank. I've talked about this before, but the credit score, you build up your credit score by being in debt for a long time and making your payments on time, which they said they did. So they've been in lots of debt, paid it off on time for a long time. And I don't see that as a good thing. But that's how you raise your credit score. You stay in debt and you pay it off on time. It says their heart sank. Well, I know a lot of people care about their credit score, and I suppose I didn't realize that some people might care about it this much. The credit score is not that important. And I don't mean to skip ahead, but if you want to better your financial future, you should not worry about your credit score. So the heart sank. Well, I would tell them that to stop worrying about your credit score. You do not need a credit score. You do not need to build your credit. Now it says they got it might have dropped when they applied for a home loan. I did just a really quick Google search, and there are some cases where getting your credit checked by a lender could possibly lower your score. Once again, I wouldn't even care. I would tell people not to worry about the credit score. I would tell people that before they even buy a house, to be out of debt. And there is a way to get a mortgage without having a credit score. It's called a no-score loan. And once you close all your credit accounts and you have no debt, it takes maybe 6 months to a year before your credit score to become undetermined. You have no credit score at all, which is not the same as having a low score. And then in that case, once that happens, to get a mortgage, they go through a process called manual underwriting. It takes a little more documentation, a little more time, but it is possible to get a home loan without a credit score. You do not need to build up your credit to get a mortgage. And this is how they raise their credit score. They've had credit cards for a long time, and they make their payments on time. So that's how they built up the credit score. But as you can see, if you get rid of a credit card, if you close that account, that actually lowers your credit score. Even though, in my opinion, I would tell people to close all their credit cards and do not use credit cards anymore. And that's going to lower your score at first. I do not teach people to raise their credit score. I teach people to get out of debt, and that's going to lower your score. And eventually, they will not be able to determine your credit score anymore. So now they're talking about, on the last line, building a better financial status for our future. If I wanted to teach someone to build a better financial future, I would tell them get out of debt and close all your credit cards and do not worry about your credit score. A high credit score does not have anything to do with a good financial future. In fact, I would say that a high credit score hurts you in the long term, because in order to get a high credit score, you have to be in a lot of debt for a long time. So their final question, they're at a loss. How do I start going about figuring this all out and raising my credit? If I was talking to this person, I would tell them to stop trying to raise your credit. Okay, so that's what I would tell this person, and I would try to tell it to them more nicely if I could. But that would be my answer. Stop worrying about the credit score. So if you're interested in personal finance, then please subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to do more Q&A videos in the future, and I'll always have personal finance videos on my channel. So if that's interesting to you, then please subscribe, and thank you for watching.